All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Aqua, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that you can't desire are not to be compared unto her. The length of days is in her right hand, in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are the ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. So the reason I read it straight through is because what wisdom do for us and will do, you can't put a price tag on it. Imagine living in this time now with the knowledge that you have. If you didn't have this knowledge, you'll be bugged out. And if you ain't bugged out, then you would be clueless. And that's what you get outside of people who don't have wisdom. Bugged out people and clueless people. Now, when all hell break loose, they're not going to have anywhere to turn. So, understanding what the Lord have given us, you can't put a price tag on it. While majority of the people in the world is trying to, most people of the world, they basically sacrifice unto money. They lose their morals over money. They do whatever it takes to get money. So imagine that. Now, money is becoming more of a god because as prices continue to go up, now money is like more of a necessity now. When you don't have faith in the Lord and understand what the Lord entails, how the Lord said he's going to provide for you in these dangerous times, he's going to provide for you when a famine comes. The Lord is only dealing with those who have wisdom. I want to read 16 again, because it said the length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. So that's the part of what wisdom will do. See, wisdom is going to give us everlasting life. Wisdom is going to give us everlasting joy. But we have to go through the obstacles that is presented before us to attain that treasure, But yeah, so while I sit here and I just meditate on, while the world is spiraling out of control, but since the sown places is still sown, which give people a glimpse of hope, they still think that America is okay and it's going to bounce back. But when you don't have the eye salve, as it's saying in Revelation 3:18, when you don't have the eye salve, when you can't see because the Lord didn't give you the eyes to see, you look at the world with hope. And the Lord said your only hope is to be in him, because the fashion of this world passeth away. 1 Corinthians 7:31. So when you go out there and you preaching, you a spectacle to the people in the world, you have to understand that you know something that they don't know. They looking at you crazy, but we looking at you crazy. Because the world that is about to come is a world that you ain't gonna like. This system is already oppressive. It's about to get oppressive above measure. This devil is about to come down with great wrath on everybody. The only ones who the Lord's going to set a standard for is the elect. Do you understand that everybody in America is not going to make it? Only the elect? That's a lot of death. It's over 300 something million people. They're all going to die. I sit there and meditate about that all the time. And then the scary thing about it, and what should make you appreciative, is that the people in this place is all going to die, right? If you're not part of the elect. But look at you. You are a hopeful elect. When people literally look at the position that you are in, and it's because of wisdom. John 14:17 said that the spirit of truth whom the world cannot receive. You got the spirit of truth. You might not have the status of the people in the world. You might not even have, you know, the money that's people in the world, but it's going to matter at the end. That's when things is going to matter. It's all good, because what's the point of, you know, rejoicing and laughing now to cry later? I'd rather mourn now to rejoice and laugh later, because even the scriptures talks about the conclusion of the matter. Things have a conclusion. So I want to be good in the conclusion. All right. So while we, all right, are out here, you know, putting our good foot forward to the best of our ability, we're looking for a reward. So it says, be steadfast in your covenant and be conversant therein and wax old in your work. That's why the apostles, they're old men, and they started as a young man. All right. And it said, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord, abide in your labor, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. So imagine when society break down, everybody's on the equal playing field now. All the money that you got in your bank is gone, because it's about to become digital. All right. You can have 50 million in the bank one day, and now you got a digital token the next day. Everybody on the same playing field. But guess what? In that time, the men of the Lord is going to be the prize. The ones who the Lord is dealing with, even the believer is going to be a prize, because the Lord is going to protect them. All right. For the ones who have to be martyrs, guess what? You in your glory before the ones who stay alive. You're going to be risen first. You're going to get that crown first. And guess what? Your spirit going back to the spirit world when you become a martyr in the name of the Lord, just like everybody else. But here's the thing, though. When you show up before the Lord going to tell you how proud he is of you. And remember, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So that means you're already in a better situation. You're already, you know, in your heavenly tabernacle, as it say in 2 Corinthians 5:1-2. So when all hell break loose, that's when the men of the Lord is going to get his just due. As it say in Zephaniah 3:18, the place where you was put to shame, you're going to get praise and fame in that land. Okay? That's why Isaiah 4:1 will come to play. All you women who look at the men of the Lord with disgust, which are, first of all, y'all most likely going to die. I think the Lord literally going to have, like, you know, young women, you know, because I can't see y'all grown ass women surviving if you're not a woman of a man of the Lord who the Lord have mercy on. Like, I really can't see y'all women making it, you know. But it's going to be a lot of humbling. But it said the blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, not the godless, the godly. And suddenly he make of his blessing flourish. See, suddenly, snap of a finger, man. We're going to be changed in the twinkle of an eye. The Lord going to change our status in the twinkle of an eye. See, being changed in the twinkle of an eye, that's at the end of the end. But before the end, the middle of the end, he gonna make our blessing to flourish. People gonna look at us like, man. The scripture talks about how the heathen should envy us, but should not be able to do nothing against you. That's a 2 Esdras 2:27. All right. But when you read from verse 26 down to 30, it talks about how the Lord is going to provide for us and how the heathen is going to be looking at you and be able to do nothing against you. So that means we're going to have resources. They're not going to have resources, and they can't take your resources, because the Lord is the one that gave us the resources. He's going to protect us with the resources, man. Like, you got to understand what you have. So while everybody chasing riches, this is what the Lord said about riches. It's not going to save you. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. So if you got riches right now, cool. Money is a defense. You good. All right. You able to do what you need to do for right now. But when that wrath come, your riches ain't going to do nothing. All right. Your riches ain't going to do nothing. Matter of fact, it's two reasons why your riches ain't going to do nothing. Number one, money is nothing but a piece of paper. And when society breaks down, what is money going to do? Because the way that society is going to break down, Esau, he's changing the whole monetary system. He's changing the whole monetary system. I think, is I'm saying it right? Monetary? Yeah, monetary system, right? He's trying to go digital. You trust in paper money. So that means that in a twinkle of an eye, suddenly that paper money is going to become worthless. That's number one. Number two, it's the Lord's wrath. You think the Lord cares about money? You think he going to overpass you because you got a whole bunch of money in your mattress? You know, you took some money out of the bank and put it in a safe. You think he going to look at that money and be like, okay, I ain't going to judge this guy. He's rich. All right? Riches profit not in the day of wrath. So hopefully, you people out there who this truth is meant for, if you are a person who got money, don't trust in it. In the way that you get a blessing, the Lord talks about alms. Alms cover a multitude of sin. You need to be helping out brothers. All right. So it says, labor not to be rich, cease from your own wisdom, because that's the wisdom of this world, being rich. We grew up in a system where money is God in this system. You go to school, you go to college. Why? To get a good job. That's the wisdom of this world. Not the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but the wisdom of getting a degree, going to college, getting some money. Will you not set your eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly making themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle towards heaven, which means that you'll have money one day, money gone the next. The Lord going to destroy this kingdom in 1 hour. But even before that, society is going to break down, and the money that you think is money is not going to be money. It's going to be toilet paper. Then what? You don't got the Lord. You don't got a covering at that time. You're going to be looking stupid. You're going to be looking salty. You spend your whole life chasing the bag. You sold your soul to get the bag. Now, what you going to do? You sold your soul. You got the money. Now the money is gone. Now what? This is why the Lord said this. But people going to have to find out the hard way to understand what I'm talking about. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. And that's what everybody keep up with the Joneses. That's what everybody's philosophies are set around. Materialistic things. And it says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And you got people who still building houses today, who still getting checks today, who still talking about the future today. But let's continue. And he said, and I will say to my soul, you has much goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto you, you fool, this night your soul shall be required of you. So this is going into death. That means you could be rich one day, in the grave the next. Okay? Laid out in the street like dung. Because guess what? When the devil do come down with great wrath, it is going to be a lot of men and women laid down in the street. You can have all the money in the world, and it ain't going to save you. Since money is going to be obsolete in this time, you can't even bribe nobody to be like, listen, man, I got a whole bunch of money in my basement, man. Just please don't kill me. Ain't nobody going to be caring about money in that time. All right. The Lord's wrath is in the earth. The Lord don't care about money. The spiritual riches is what he cares about. And that's this wisdom. So what wisdom do for us and will do? It's going to protect us in the time of trouble. I know that. But the Most High said unto him, you fool, this night your soul shall be required of you. Then shall those things be which, then who shall those things be which you has provided? Right. You been busting your ass, toiling, doing whatever it takes, compromising your morals, whatever, to get the bag, and then boom, dead. Cause that's what's coming, man. What 2 Ezra 16 and 18 said? I'm just going to get that. So it says, woe is me, who should deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrow and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So this is what's coming to the world. So your riches ain't gonna be able to save you in that day. Wisdom will. Matter of fact, speaking of wisdom, let me finish 21. So is he that is lay up treasure for himself and is not rich towards the Most High. So we are rich towards the Most High. That's where our treasures lie, not in this world. So it says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, as it says in Proverbs 9 and 10. So that's the beginning of wisdom. And people don't have the fear of the Lord. That's why they do whatever they want to do. And they don't have no, even thought about, dang, I wonder what the Lord think about this. They just do it. So guess what? Since sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore is fully set in the hearts of the Son of Man to continue to do wickedly. But you will be judged. All right? That's the stumbling block. The Lord is long suffering. You haven't been judged yet. You've been doing wickedness and you think you're going to get away. So to end it on this, it said, how much better is to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Because gold and silver is actually real money. That's real money, which we do not deal with. All right. The elites got all the gold, the silver in their vaults. And why they giving you paper money. But guess what? You can't put a price tag on wisdom, especially in the days that we're about to enter into, when money ain't gonna mean a thing. Only thing that's gonna mean something is the Lord dealing with you. So for you 2/3 out there, you unbelievers, that's what the 2/3 really mean. Unbelievers who trust in this world, who trust in money, who trust whatever you trust in. You better seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Because that day is approaching where he ain't going to be found. He going to allow this devil to come down with great wrath. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.